Hi, YouTube world. Uh, just like to give you my story. Back in July 5th of 2007, I was uh, tasered by the cops. Um, I was tasered twice in the back. I was stunned 3 times in the front. Uh, I was in a different neighborhood. I was having hallucinations from a medical problem. And I guess they just assumed I was a crackhead, drug addict, you know. But let's just assume that I am, from what you see now, that I'm a drug addict, strung out. I ended up in this other lady's neighborhood. Um, I was hallucinating. She called the police. Um, they stunned and tasered me. I couldn't see the whole time. Uh, they cuffed me on the ground, uh, put me in jail. This was in Anderson County. Officers Davis and Dugan from the Anderson County Sheriff's Department. And they put me in jail for approximately 10 days without any medical help. Um, then Judge Tommy Edwards sent me to a mental health facility in Columbia, South Carolina, the state's capital. So let's keep assuming they thought I was strung out on drugs. Nobody ever did a drug test on me. Um, they didn't give me any medical help. When I finally got out of the hospital, I came back home to find out that uh, a lot of stuff had been stolen out of my house. I have a security system. Why the cops didn't lock it up is beyond me. Uh, but anyway, that's what happened. And to top it all off, I found out that the lady uh, who had called the police had they had filed charges against me for attempted burglary and uh, resisting arrest. So when I came out, I had to do 48 hours of community service, even though I had a medical condition, didn't know what was happening. Okay, so I was out of work on a short-term disability for approximately 8 months. Had to go through several drug regimens, um, and finally got back on my feet. Um, I was very scared at one point that I wouldn't be able to do anything. I'd lose my house. I'd never be able to travel again. Um, but eventually things started to come back. But anyway, I had bipolar disorder. But now, under the assumption they thought I was some kind of drug addict, crackhead, let me tell you what I really am. See that? I've been a pharmacist for almost 17 years. Um, Never had any type of record. I've I've been around the world twice, been to over 30 countries, almost all the states. But for that period of time, they treated me like I was a crack addict, threw me in jail, didn't give me any help. And basically, I'm still having nightmares about what they did to me. And the people that make tasers, they say, they don't leave any scars. Well, let me tell you, they leave psychological scars. They leave wounds on your body. I have about a 1-inch abrasion right there that has never gone away. I have marks on my torso that have never gone away. And they say it doesn't leave any, it doesn't do anything to you. I also had marks on my foot where the electricity surged out of my body. So I ask you, officers Davis, Dugan, and Judge Edwards, where is your compassion? You were not right in doing this to me. And there was a man in Greenville, South Carolina, Andrew Torres. He was tasered to death, but they said he died from a heart problem. And I believe, they just say this to cover up the truth, because they don't want tasers to go away. No, they don't. But see, I was afraid of a lot of things. I was afraid to get back in a plane. I thought I would have another attack while I was flying somewhere, but I've since flown to the Middle East. No problem. What I'm trying to convey here is that people like the JetBlue pilot, I believe he had a similar issue come up. And once you get on medication regimen and stay on it, you shouldn't have a problem like that again. I don't see an issue with letting someone pilot a plane that has bipolar disorder. I don't see anything wrong with a pharmacist having bipolar disorder, a doctor. There are many famous people that have it. Carrie Fisher, Robin Williams, Winston Churchill had it. So I'm wanting to advance my message. I'm wanting to speak to many places, and I would also like to get justice for what happened to me. Now, I want you to know, if anybody else has gone through this type of thing, you typically have 2 years to file a police misconduct suit. Beyond that, you would have to sue the state, which I'm looking into that at the moment. But the company I work for, CVS Pharmacy, they weren't very compassionate about what was going on with me. And my next program on this channel will express my feelings about that. It should air next Friday. So I hope you guys will tune in. I'm also looking to see if someone will help contribute. I'm trying to start the channel to do a travel program showing how people with mental illness, other disabilities, can overcome their problems, and it's going to be called Overcoming Obstacles. I'm going to give a brief synopsis of countries I've been to and foods I've experienced and things of that nature. I would eventually like to try to get it on the Travel Channel. So I'm needing some support. I have a PayPal account, and it's dbarks. So it's DBARKS 757 at AOL.com. So a contribution of $10, $100, $1,000 will be greatly appreciated for me to advance this message and help people with mental illness. Because I think I was done a very bad, and I suffered an injustice, and I don't want to see somebody else suffer that. Thanks. Have a good day. See you next time.